What's up, y'all? It's the boy Eddie Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast. We got hip hop talk. Before we do, shout out to Layback TV, our sponsor. This is brought to you by Layback TV, okay? Over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel, multiple languages, every HBO, pay-per-views, you fucking name it. It's very simplified. It's going to make you cancel all your streaming services because they charging up your ass, okay? $25 a month is just like getting a cable network and a streaming service combined. And it's going to be fucking worth it, okay? Check them out on Layback TV, okay? It's going to be compatible with your iPhones, Androids, and your Fire Sticks. Tell them Eddie Jack sent you, okay? Now let's get to some hip-hop talk. Whoa! Holy shit. So we made a deep dive into Kendrick Lamar's GNX album, okay? That just came out of surprise this past weekend. And, yo, it's doing killer numbers on Apple Music. Spotify is breaking numbers, is breaking records. If you check that out on all social media platforms, you know, rather if it's Universal Music with dinosaurs, McDonald's with honey mustard packets, rather if it's Shrek yelling out, you know, with his face, you know, look like he's screaming. What else is doing it? It's a lot of people out there. Even NFL, people are screaming, you know, looking at pictures of football players screaming, and they all put in the captured, Mustard! Holy shit. Yo, DJ Mustard is literally going to fucking, like, he's gonna need another bank to literally back up the Brinks truck and deposit, okay? Y'all thought that whole shit with his personal life and divorces and everything was bad? Fuck all of that. This guy's trending. He's trending all over the fucking place. Shout out to Kendrick for doing that shit, yo. I'm wondering if that was strategic or it was just a gift of God. Who the fuck knows? But we did a deep dive onto it, and it's breaking numbers. But the word got out that Drake's company is suing Universal Music Group for buying bots to push Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us record to get Drake out the fucking way. Now, Universal Music Group did make a statement regarding false allegations regarding that, but I mean, it's been confirmed by a lot of fucking people, including Wack 100. Shout out to him. That this is true. It was the paperwork was submitted regarding a lawsuit, and I'm wondering, right, if this is the right move. You know what I mean? If artists that do rap battles, that are legit artists who are signed to labels, distributing labels, they battle all the time, and they're label mates. Okay, they're label mates. You know, the only time that didn't play an effect was at the time when Jay-Z was doing Takeover and Nas was doing Ether, okay? Those were separate labels, you know? Jay-Z being a part of Def Jam, that's Universal. Nas being a part of Columbia at the time, which is Sony, you know what I mean? So that they're not really label mates until, like, you know, years later. But we've seen this before. I mean, what was it? Pusha T, right? When Pusha T was going up against Drake. Pusha T is a Def Jam artist. That's Universal. Drake is a Republic artist. Universal. Okay? Universal probably made bank on that shit. They probably got a bag. Big bag. One of your top artists and one of your most lyrical genius MCs are going at it, and it was a winner, but not to this extent. You know what I mean? But it was always battles. I mean, look what happened with Eminem and MGK. Okay, take a moment of this. MGK and Eminem. Think about this. Yes, they have in common. There are two white rappers. Okay, one is a fucking GOAT genius for the last 25, 30 years. And then MGK, you know, he's diverse. He dabbles in everything, acting, rock, all the words. All right, he stays relevant regardless of what. But if you look at it, these two were both Interscope Records artists. MGK was part of Bad Boy Interscope. Eminem part of Shady Aftermath Interscope. How much you think Interscope made out of this shit? Probably a big bag. There was a legit winner, but it made a big fucking bag. They were making, they weren't making, one's making videos about it, the other was just putting it in his albums and shit, but it happens. Now look at this. Drake versus Eminem. And Drake could say it was 20 versus 1 type of shit, but who was in that 20? Allegedly, Weeknd. Allegedly, they said it was The Weeknd. The Weeknd is a Republic artist from Toronto, just like Drake. Same label, same city they're from. So, but when it comes down to Kendrick and Drake, one's an Interscope artist, Kendrick, which is Universal. Drake is a Republic artist, which is Universal. They made bank off of this one fucking rap beef. You know what I'm saying? You can go back to, all of Drake's records, rather if it was first person shooter, okay? A first person shooter. I believe it was a Hot 100 number one single. Family Matters. There was a video behind it. Pull-ups. Those were the legit records. I don't count Tailor Made, because, I get what the move that Drake made. It was a bullshit ass move. You're literally rapping 3 verses, and then the last 2 verses you AI'd your voice into Snoop and Tupac. Because damn well, hey, that wasn't Tupac's flow, and that's damn sure not Snoop's flow. But it was, I guess, whatever. I get why he made that move. And then the Heart Part 6, okay, got it. Kendrick dropped GNX and found a way to come out with another Heart Part 6. Drake put out The Heart Part 6. Kendrick figured out a way to, eliminate how to title that song without conflicting it with what Drake put out. Instead of pulling The Heart, he put Heart and then PT 6. So now we all know that's The Heart Part 6. Because The Heart Part 5 was back over on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. So he put out the Part 6. You know what I'm saying? So I don't count those 2 records, the Heart Part 6 or Tailor Made, because in the end of the day, he ain't releasing those. Just like I don't really, I count, but don't really. When it comes down to, what was it, 616 in LA from Kendrick, I don't count it. Because that record, I guess there was some things regarding, connected to Drake. He couldn't even put it out. But I count Euphoria. I count Like That. I count Meet the Grams. I count Not Like Us. Those were legit records that you can purchase. You know what I'm saying? Or download. And that's why they put up numbers. And that's why Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us is literally Grammy nominated 7 times. So Drake doing this, okay? Now look at it both ways. If Drake got receipts that this is true, right? That, Universal Music is literally plotting together to sabotage. He's suing, Universal Music Group and Spotify. And, technically Spotify eliminated a lot of fake accounts anyway. So if you had like 10,000 accounts, 10,000 followers and shit, and 8,000 of them were fucking accounts nobody's even using anymore, they shut that shit down. And then you go from 10 to 2. You know what I mean? They shut down the 8 that are basically not even active accounts. So, he's putting that lawsuit against both of them. Now, if it's true when it comes out of Spotify, that's one thing. Maybe he has a chance at winning against Spotify. That really has nothing to do with Kendrick. Drake still has more followers than Kendrick, so I don't know what's the up goal on that one. As far as Universal Music Group, that's a big asset artist that Universal has with Drake. But it's like, hey, motherfucker, you just lost a fucking battle. Either put your tail between your legs and go make some new music, or drop this fucking suit. This is what you want? We'll just release your ass. Maybe this is a move so he can be released. You can go independent. He's got a perfectly good fan base to make some noise independently. Does he need a distributor? I mean, I don't know. I mean, solo, he can go to another distributor. I don't really think going anywhere else without the machine of Universal works. I mean, where you gonna go? You're gonna go to Warner? I mean, Warner has been having a bad fucking, I mean, I don't know. I think Warner will be okay, since Drake has some OVO artists that are distributed by Warner. But it's like, come on now, you know. I would say Warner. Just stay away from Atlantic Records, I would think. Atlantic Records are, I don't know. I think people are starting to shy away from it. I mean, they still holding Cardi B's second album hostage or something like that. So, I mean, he could. He's got a good distributed arrangement with his OVO label. So maybe. Now, if this is true. Now, if this is not true, Drake looks fucking crazy. I mean, so fucking crazy. He's looking like a sore fucking loser. Okay, you dropped 100 gigs. Got it. Maybe there's some noise, maybe not. These singles that you came out in the summer, whatever. You're dropping them at the same time that Not Like Us is in heavy fucking rotation. I mean, going over 3 million units sold. Radio stations just playing the song that became Squabble Up, just a fucking 6 to 8 second snippet. You know what I'm saying? It's like that song was literally a alley hoop for months, and it got dropped now officially, not only on the album or GNX, but the video to Squabble Up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the real MO that Drake is doing this for? So I mean, he could be trying to start this shit now that GNX album is out. I mean, this is gonna be number one next week. It's about how many weeks is gonna be number one. I mean, this is guaranteed to be number one album, easy. I'm interested in seeing how many weeks he's gonna be number one and how many units in the first week. I'm willing to go on a limb and say either close to gold or actually gold. You know what I mean? This shit was fucking making noise everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, it's Drake's MO to, put a little shit stain on the GNX release. I mean, this news came out the same fucking week this album came out. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Kendrick don't give a flying fuck, but you're literally trying to shit on the release and the promo run going on with GNX. Or, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, it was announced that Not Like Us is going to be nominated fucking for seven categories in the Grammys. Are you trying to put a halt on that because it's a diss record to you? Or you're trying to really push for Kendrick to not perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl? If Drake thinks any of these three things is going to play an effect of his lawsuit, he's fucking delusional. Maybe he needs to stop drinking over there in Canada. I don't fucking know. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, how he's gonna go about this is gonna be interesting. I mean, Universal Music Group is a fucking phenomenon. I mean, look at the artists that they have. Look at the artists alone that they have. Aside from Drake. Okay? Kendrick, obviously. Eminem. The Weeknd, Taylor Swift. I'll just stop at those four. Those four. Let's go this again. Kendrick, Eminem, The Weeknd, and Taylor Swift. These are four phenomenons that perform in stadiums now. Stadiums. This is all under Universal Music Group right now. Easy. Can they move on from Drake? Yeah, 100%. Drake ain't selling out no motherfucking SoFi Stadium. He'll sell out a fucking Forum, but he ain't selling out stadiums like that. MetLife Stadium, fucking Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. He's not selling out this. AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. Arlington, Texas, I'm sorry. He ain't selling those. The Weeknd will. Eminem will. Taylor Swift will. Kendrick now will. So he's looking kind of stupid with this shit. And Not Like Us is going to win Grammys. It's just a matter of how many. I mean, even if he wins one Grammy, it's a fucking dub. That's a dub. Easy. One Grammy, that's a fucking dub. Two, double dub. Dub. Three, shut the fuck up, Drake. And he's definitely performing this at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely, like, he's gonna put salt on your fucking wound, and it's going to get that serious. It's not a question if he's performing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. It's a question on what records. You know what I'm saying? And this new album, I think we're getting, I definitely think we're getting Squabba Love. Not Like Us, it'd be stupid not to perform Not Like Us. If he doesn't, that was a waste of 12, 14 minutes or whatever time they're giving him. I think they give him 12 minutes, but if you don't do Not Like Us, it's a fucking waste. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't see this really going anywhere. I mean, would it settle? Probably, but it's like, what are you going to settle? I mean, Universal Music Group could actually be a dickhead and say, hey, I'm going to send Drake a cease and desist, either go on public and literally take back what you're saying, or we'll fight this out for you. While we're fighting this with you, we're not going to help you release any other music, but we're going to actually let Kendrick do his thing. So, can't wait to see how this goes. This is your boy Eddie Jackson. This is Drop That Podcast, and this is Hip Hop Talk. Subscribe to the page, like the page, comment on the shit I'm saying if you fucking want to. If you got the cojones or the ovaries, don't fucking matter. I talk it all. Let's see what we do. All right, you guys have a good one. Y'all be safe out there. Peace!